Hey everyone, Ryan Chosera here at the Retro Shaver. Hope everyone had a great holiday coming off Thanksgiving, ate everything you possibly could, and are getting ready for Christmas. As for myself, I decided to go things a little bit more traditional for Florida, which involved cooking steaks, having lobster tail, homemade mac and cheese, and skipped on the turkey and the ham this year. Today's shave is going to end up being more of a special one. I finally got a chance to get my hands on another, which will make my fourth vintage revisor razor, but one of the vintage ones that are no longer produced. And in this particular case, this was my 7/8 revisor with gold wash. There's a lot of great deals on eBay. You just got to know what you're looking for. When I put this one underneath the microscope, I realized that the only wear that existed was factory hone wear. Having restored several revisors, it's pretty easy to tell at this point. Less than $90 on eBay, phenomenal find, and one of the several brands that I personally collect. Well, I'm going to pair that razor today with the SV Mana di Sicilia. And I'm going to flip the screen so it doesn't look backwards. The matching aftershave. And take it out of the water here. A custom High Mountain Badger shaving brush. I built this myself from trees in the back, holly trees, and cured with a semi-gloss resin. So nice ergonomics on the handle, more of a stubby for face lathering, but left or right-handed. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and lather this up and start our shave. So while I'm lathering the soap, it started getting me thinking about a post that I did yesterday in regard to, guessing, honing progression and, what people think based on, small photos. And what I ended up doing is I took those pictures at 60x versus 200x, which would make it significantly easier to tell, whether it was a synthetic or a JNat versus dealing with the black levels and, the bevel and every other progression. Well, the whole purpose of the post wasn't to actually figure out exactly what I used, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What does matter is how the edge performs, which you're going to see today. And also that as long as you have a great edge, who cares how you got there? There's always room for improvement. We can always play for things, but for me, I just want a great shave. So for me, it's not the first pass that dictates whether or not I did a good job on the razor. It'll be the second and third pass. I'd say it's doing a really good job. This is stupid smooth. So I decided, over the past couple days as well, as I'm getting my holiday shopping done, that I would start my brother on traditional wet shaving. Now, it's always, I've contemplated the idea back and forth, but what it finally came down to was a timing decision, whether or not to get him started on a straight razor, or, to have him start on a DE razor. So we're going to start him off correctly with a Mule R41, which is my favorite razor. And if you've never tried one, don't be intimidated. Paired with, actually, I'll show you, my favorite blades that exist, feather blades. That razor and those blades were a match made in heaven. Completely effortless. Okay. All right, we're gonna do one more real quick. Third pass for me is the quickest one because everything's already pretty much gone. And as you can tell, nothing left. That razor is awesome. So the progression, because I talked about earlier on this guy, I used all synthetic stones. I started with the 1K Chosera, where I basically just worked with the existing factory bevel. Then I went to a 5K Naniwa, an 8K, a 12K, and then I finally finished off on a 20K Suehiro, but I used my 12K Naniwa as a slurry stone. And I was very impressed with the results that I got out of it. So, I mean, this thing is phenomenal shaver, as you can see. It's very easy to tell in videos when a blade doesn't really perform, but it's being talked about as it does, versus when it just goes all the way through without even hesitating. So, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put on aftershave. I just realized the video is at 20 minutes long. Normally I shave, 10, 12 minutes, but I guess I've done a little bit of talking. So hope you guys have a great holiday season coming up. I'm going to try to get better with my videos, but if you want to see more or have a special request outside of, will I grow my beard full length like I had it at one point, then put them in the comments below and make sure to subscribe to the channel. With that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.